Good afternoon. I am back. We have got some progress on the rear-wheel drive Toyota Echo. It's been a busy couple of weeks, just been catching up on customer jobs, and in the meantime doing a little bit on this car. Definitely spent the last couple of days doing small jobs, not ones that really matter, but ones that make the final product what it needs to be. So let's have a look where I'm up to. At the moment the coil cover is off. Just been checking that the cherry sensor down there isn't leaking any oil, which it's not, which is a win. But yeah, the front end is all but on. Bumper's not secured properly. This corner just got some tape holding it. All the headlights, everything works, which is bloody cool. The fan works now. So that is the factory fan down in there, which is good. The engine's actually hot at the moment. Just fighting a couple of little issues. We got a trigger issue, which I think I've resolved. I'm just going to warm it up and take it for another drive. Yes, that's right. I've taken it for a drive around the block, and it was terrible. The wheel alignment is absolute arse. I need to put some effort into that. Also, just got to make sure everything's tight. Never did a final bolt check before I did that, and at the moment I can't. Something new on the hoist. And also got a weird throttle error which keeps going into a redundancy and turns the throttle off on decel. So I just got to work out the reasoning behind that. Haven't spent a lot of time on it. That happened yesterday to me, and to be quite honest, it bit me. I was ready to park the car up, put a cover on it and just ignore it for a while. So I'm surprised I touched it again today. Inside the car though, have a look at this. I got my Momo steering wheel finally on there. The Haltech IC7 is mounted up in somewhat of the factory location. Got a key where it needs to be. All the dash is kind of there. There's a couple of little trims that aren't. That's either because they don't fit, or tabs are broken, or something. Carpet obviously is still a bit of an issue, but we'll just ignore that one. Passenger seat, same thing. But yeah, you can see the dash chilling up there. Battery's on charge at the moment because I killed that yesterday. She's a good car, kinda. I only say kinda because it needs a hell of a lot of work still, and at the moment, kinda just not motivated. It sucked me dry a little bit. As much as I really want to see it finished, I just need to keep some fun going in my life. So I did what any smart car person does when a car starts to suck you dry a little bit. I bought myself another car, and I'm standing underneath of it now. I'm going to flick the camera around so you can see what I've got going on. And we'll start looking at the problems though. So, we'll start at the back. A lot of you people will recognise this car. Well, not this particular car, but what model this car is. And that is because it is one of my favourites. We have got ourselves a Nissan 180SX. So this car, the plan of it, sorry, it's up on the hoist. It needs to get a bit of a service. And by a bit of a service, it needs a lot of love. So underneath this car, you can see it's got a pretty horrendous exhaust pipe, which it's got way too much clearance there, so that's going to be an issue. I'm going to try and rejig all the mounts because I don't want to chuck much money at this car. Same thing here, it's got that. I'll probably redo the front pipe because that's leaking at all the flanges anyway. Gearbox, it leaks. Hoping it's just a seal. I'm going to service that one now. When I first picked this car up, I can't skip past this story. When I first picked this car up, it was over in Croydon. I got an Uber over there, and fuck, this is the worst Silvia I've ever driven in my life. Hopped into it, the guy goes, I'll go to him, I go, is it going to make it back to Melton, my house? He goes, yeah, it'll make it. I'm like, alright, sweet, no need to take it for a test drive then. I'd rather not know what I'm in for if it is going to be a little bit rough. Just hop in and drive. So, got into it, no working gauges. Sorry, I had a tacho. That was all I was working off, so I just had my phone sitting up in the holder, worked out what the bloody GPS speed was to tacho speed. So that was okay. Wow, kind of okay, because at 50 k's it got a real bad vibration, and then at about 80 k's the vibration got that bad I couldn't see, I was just shaking my eyes. So the whole trip back, 90 k's, under 80 k's an hour. And that, you would never believe it. When I got it up on the hoist, it was all because of these tail shaft bolts. It had one tight bolt, which was an M8. They should be M10s. 2 loose bolts, 1 missing. So that was half the problem. This was just moving around like, fuck, whatever it wanted to do. This axle, all the bolts were loose. Tightened all of these up. Put the right bolts in the tail shaft, and what do you know? Drove perfectly smooth. It was a good car again. But yeah, it was fucking terrible to drive it home. But yeah, we're up on the hoist now. Did a bit of a check over. I've had a reasonable look over this car. All the caster arm bolts, as Sylvia's are, they were all loose. So they are all tight now. Leak from the Aeroflow sump because they're just fucking rubbish. If you're going to buy an extended sump for an SR, never buy Aeroflow. Just in general, probably avoid the product. It's plagued with more problems than you believe most of the time. But yeah, this one, I'm hoping it's just leaking from the front. It looks like it might be leaking from the top as well. I'm going to start with, when I drain the oil, fixing these bottom ones. And if it's leaking from the top, I'll fix that later on. But yeah, it's a good little car. Makes about 220 kilowatt, the owner claims. It's on a Niz tune, that's coming out. Real scary power wire. It runs under the car. There's an isolator by the passenger seat there, to the back side of it. The whole way back down here. And it's the power cable too. Far out. I hate it. That's going to get changed. I'll probably put the battery back up in the engine bay, to be honest. The diff's a diff. It's got some arms. It's got the wrong washers so the arms connect onto them. Again, super easy fix. 5-star already. It had some terrible sized RPF1s, so they're off at the moment. Waiting on some wheels to come from Japan. BCs, aero skirts that I perfectly colour matched. Can't even tell. The car's going to get painted. 5-star on the front, obviously. One of my favourite front ends for a 180. Pig nose with the lip. Love the lip. Needs a little bit of corrective action there to get it to sit how I want. Front, we've got the classic loom that's being chewed through. Lucky I know a bloke that can fix that. Big silicon joiners on the intercooler pipe. I'll show you up the top, but there's a bit of exhaust pipe in the engine bay, which is terrible. Destroyed boot, that might not help for a roadworthy. LCAs that are notched crazily and reinforced. I'd rather no reinforcement, no notch, and have the LCAs be my weak point, but they're there, so I'll probably just leave them. Rack ends that'll go, because fuck, they look like they're for the bin. Unless you guys want to buy them, they're up for sale. Put some standard ones in. We'll do that when I make the knuckles. Little gearbox. Yeah. That's my gem. This is my new drift car. Obviously you guys saw last year I had that R32 drift car, and as much as I love that, it drove bloody good. It needed so much love. And even at the end of it, if I'd spent all the money and given it the love it needed, it wasn't going to be the car I wanted, which is a bit of a shame because it drove bloody good, but I'd rather commit to a car that I do want to drive rather than putting all the money into a car that's not quite there. So the plan on this car is pretty simple. At the moment, just a little bit of routine maintenance, making sure that nothing's stuffed. Then I'm going to rip out the engine loom because it's got a S15 engine. It's actually a plus T motor, which I've nothing against at all. Perfectly fine, especially at the power level I'm going for. Rip out the engine loom because it's some sort of hodgepodge with a Niz tune, a R35 airflow meter. Again, I'll move all that stuff on. I'll just sell it cheap because it doesn't really have any value to me, especially keeping it around. It's not a product I really endorse, but someone might need it out there. Rip that out, chuck a basic Haltech 550 into it. Still deciding if I'm going to keep the stock dash or I'm going to put Haltech IC7 into it, because you never know. I might work something else, some sort of in between, put some, bloody 1 gauge or something. At least that way I can see a little bit what's going on. Gearbox, I love the dog box I had in the 32, the Speedtech box. So I'm going to have a talk to Alec again and probably get another one of his gear sets and build up a broken box to chuck that in, because yeah, it was pretty sick. Just made it feel that much nicer. Diffs already welded, so that's nice. Chuck some paint on the body, not sure quite what colour yet. Got wheels on order through Streeter, got 8 wheels to suit the style of the car I want, and wheels that I can stand up straight. Because me being the idiot I am, I already bought wheels because I got G'd up on Marketplace. I bought these VSX Sexes, which looks sick on the car. 17-18 staggered combo, but the rear needed camber, and I couldn't do it. The car needs to be completely practical. This car's going to be an absolute tool. It's going to be purpose built, and I'm going to use it for what I want to use it for, which is just drifting. Plain and simple, drifting. So, yeah, just want to keep everything in order, keep everything hitting the targets I want for this car, and at the end of it, I should have a car I really like. I'll chuck a cage in it too, I'll get Grubby to do that, and yeah, let's enjoy this bloody thing. Hopefully probably, what's now, it's November, coming up to Christmas, early next year we'll be on track with it. I mean, that's a normal timeline, it allows me to keep working, probably knock it all over Christmas holidays as well. Alright, let's make this car somewhat great again. We'll make it alright again. This is her in all of her glory. Obviously no wheels. We got the classic rising sun that I fucking hate underneath the bonnet. Not sure how I'm going to deal with that one yet, if I do it when I respray. Hazelnut brown engine bay. Don't love it. Wish it was body colour. S15 motor. That's got a bright pink rocker cover. Again, don't love that. There's a few things here to sort out. You can see how bad that wiring loom is going over the back. This shit. No fan shroud. Fucking just wires left, right and centre down there. Absolute dog's breakfast. I think I'm going to pull this motor out. I don't think I can leave it in here like this. It's fucking shocking. So I reckon I'll pull the motor out and just give everything a bit of a tidy up. I'm going to piss the heater off because I don't need it. It's a Silvia, they just blow hot. And if I need a demister, I'll deal with it after the fact. I put Rain-X or whatever on it. Just clean it up. I can deal with the brown engine bay, I think. It's done nice enough. Who cares, right? But everything on the engine, she needs to be redone. Even the likes of the fuel lines, they're a bit so-so. Looks like it's recycled bloody lines. Still got all the water lines going under the intake. Need to piss all that off. That's just problems waiting to happen. So let's rip it out. Let's fix shit. Inside the car, there's a pretty cool Nardi Gyara. I like it. I got some working gauges now. I've got a fuel gauge because that was just unplugged. Don't have speedo. Tacho still works. Water temp will work. I've got a new sender for it. At least it's wired wrong, but I'll fix that as well. Some Silvia floor mats, which I'll rip out and sell. Type-X passenger seat, again, I will sell. I assume fake bride driver's seat. Probably sell that too. It's just not the right feel for me. Sunroof on pop, of course, because you have to. Little bit of a gem, the dash is nearly uncracked. There's a little one up the front of the vent. Door cards are really good condition too, which that's just a nice bonus. Little bonus mirror there so I can see where I'm going, you know, old person stuff. Had an alarm. When I got this car I couldn't actually turn it off because there was an alarm, and the alarm had a turbo timer, so I had to stall it to turn it off. Fair to say I've ripped that bloody alarm out. Because fuck dealing with that. In the boot, if you can see it, there's that battery over there. There's nothing holding it in position. It's flopping around. That was installed professionally along with the fuel pump relay I've been led to assume. It's shocking. It is some rubbish work. So we'll get that out. I'd love a spoiler. I would love a factory 180SX spoiler. Not a Type X spoiler. I want an early CA SR spoiler. I've had a bit of a look, I haven't found one for sale. As you can see, there's some battle scars. But the battle scars act character, you know? This is it. This is my new drift car. Absolute purpose-built nugget we're going to be ripping on. Going to dress it up to suit the late 90s, early 2000s drift car sort of look. And it is going to be my weapon. I'm going to take this out whenever I've got a free chance and just enjoy it. Set it up, I'll probably do some testing of some new items. I'd love to try an electric column in this car. So when I get some downtime, probably again over the Christmas break, I'll probably knock one up, make a jig. And if they work well on this, I will start selling them for people. But for today, I'm going to start building a loom because I have got all the materials upstairs. I don't have to pull this car apart and I want to get it right.